At the end of the video, I'm going to show you my technique that I did not see in any of the other videos, and it does a much better job. Let's turn this pile of messy cables into neat little coils. It doesn't take a lot of fancy tools. Heat gun, 3/8 piece of aluminum rod, tape. Take your straight cable that you want to coil and a piece of tape. You're going to have a straight section, so just tape that on there. If you fold over the end back onto itself, gives you a little tab to grab at the end. Now we're going to just coil it nice and tight. Just like the start, you're going to have a little bit of the tail that doesn't get coiled. And again, we're keeping it nice and tight. As you can see, the Smart Wood Shop can be used for far more than just your woodworking needs. I use mine to repair things around the house all the time, to tune up my bicycles, and even to make coiled cables. If you'd like to get a detailed set of plans to build yourself a smart bench, a smart station, any of the accessories, or the Smart Wood Shop itself, you'll find a link in the description of this video down below. I went ahead and wrapped a second one so that I can use the heat at the same time. We're going to do this for about 10 minutes. So having two kind of cuts that time in half, so your average time would be 5. And I could even probably fit 3 on here, but this is aluminum, it does heat up. So I got to remember, I've got to hold on to it as it warms up. Although with the Smart Bench and the 20mm holes, I found I can just lean it in there and then I'll have to hold it. All the videos that I watched, they used a hair dryer, which wouldn't be this hot. And so maybe I wouldn't need to do it 10 minutes, but the most important thing is I want to heat the inside of the cable up and not melt the outside. So I'm going to just keep it moving. With the aluminum, I'm starting to feel the heat build up. And though a lot of videos use dowel, wood dowel, which probably work just as well, I'm wondering if by using the aluminum and it actually heating this up, that'll help have that heat come back from the inside to continue to warm the wire inside, because we're trying to shape everything into this coil. "10 minutes, and now we let it sit and cool down. I don't know how long that takes, probably just as long to cool as to heat it up. The way I check it is, since I'm using aluminum, I can touch the aluminum and see when it's cooled down to room temperature. I saw another method that I haven't actually tried myself, but I think going forward, it would be a better way than using a heat gun, and that is to put this in the oven. In that case, the YouTube video that I saw, he did use a piece of aluminum, just like I have here, supposedly maybe because you're putting it in the oven, and maybe a dowel wouldn't work as well. Not sure about that. But he just took a couple of pieces of wire, copper wire, and just bent them so that they would go on the end of the dowel after he got his cables wrapped. And again, in this case, we might wrap 3 or even 4 cables to really make the time much more efficient. And then he put it in the oven, hanging this on the underside of the rack so it's suspended in space and not touching any of the metal. And then left it for, again, I think it was about 10 minutes, but I'm not going to give you specifics on that. Search that out on YouTube if you're interested, because you want to set the temperature so that you don't melt your wire or your cable, in this case, my Apple Watch puck. I've done this to quite a few cables now, and I found that some cables perform better than others. This more plastic coated cable seems to do a little bit better. This one has that weave, really nice cables, but I haven't been able to get them to hold as well. But again, this may be a temperature thing, a timing thing. I think I'm going to experiment some more and see if these kind of cables can hold the coil a little bit better. Another step that I didn't see anybody in the YouTube videos do, but I thought it might help, and that is to put this in the refrigerator or freezer right after you're done. Again, I haven't tested that, but I'm wondering if possibly getting it colder faster will help these coils set up even better. If nothing else, at least save you a little time. I decided to go ahead and put it in the shop freezer to speed things up and really maybe get the coils to set. We'll see how well that works. The next step can look a bit tricky, but after you've done it once or twice, it's really pretty simple. We're just going to reverse the coil. I don't know how to explain it other than sort of just kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm flipping the coil over. I'll work my way from one end to the other. And apparently in the commercial world of coiled cables, they do this. This is their little trick that tightens everything up. You can see how much tighter that is. My method, which I'm going to show you in just a minute, is far superior to this, but it's nice to have this skill to be able to do this. You may have a bunch of old cables that you just want to retask, and for a car, this is great. This is my Apple Watch charger, and because I sleep with this for my sleep tracking, I'm always looking for time to charge it, and a lot of times when I jump in the truck or the car, if I've got one of these there plugged in, ready to use, I can slap the watch on it. And of course, to plug in the phone as well. This day and age, whether you're a carpenter or a plumber or a lawyer, we all are stuck with these cables to charge our devices. So it's nice to have a way to clean things up so you don't have just this snake of cables hanging down your vehicle. Another great use for this technique is this kind of power adapter where you have this plug, in this case it's for a lamp, and to be able to plug it in and have it, instead of the cord draping around running on the floor. Now it's time to reveal my secret method that'll provide you with a far superior product in a lot less time. Buy them ready to go on Amazon. I got these 2 packs, 3 of them, $10 for a pair of 2. $5 a piece, far superior end result, nice ends on it, and there's a lot of different ones of these to choose from. I'll put a link to these in the description of this video down below, but there's a lot to choose from on Amazon. Mahalo.